Have you ever pondered the nature of the universe or the essence of matter that constructs everything around us? The universe, an infinite expanse of space-time brimming with galaxies, stars, and planets, a cosmic ballet of celestial bodies, each dancing to the rhythm of physics. And matter, the very fabric of our existence, the tangible and intangible, the seen and unseen, the building blocks of everything we touch, taste, smell, hear, and see. Now imagine a time when these ideas were not as clear-cut, a time when the understanding of the universe was not as vast, and the concept of matter was not as defined. It was the era of ancient Greece, around 460 BCE, in the city of Abdera, Thrace, a child was born. This child, Democritus, would grow up to become one of the most influential philosophers of his time, and his ideas would resonate through the corridors of time, shaping our understanding of the universe and matter. Democritus, a name synonymous with radical thinking, dared to venture into the realm of the unknown, challenging the conventional wisdom of his contemporaries. His mind, a crucible of curiosity and intellect, brewed theories that were far ahead of his time. He postulated that the universe, in all its grandeur and matter, in its infinite complexity, were not continuous but composed of tiny, indivisible particles. He called these particles atoms, from the Greek word atomos, meaning indivisible. His vision of the universe was not of a mystical entity governed by the whims of gods, but a tangible reality ruled by the laws of nature. This was a universe where everything, from the grandeur of galaxies to the minuteness of matter, was interconnected by the invisible threads of atoms. Democritus, a man born in the ancient city of Abdera, Thrace, dared to explore these questions, challenging the prevailing ideas of his time. Democritus, unlike his contemporaries, proposed a materialistic view of the universe. This statement begins to unravel the bold and pioneering mind of the ancient Greek philosopher. He introduced a theory that was a significant departure from the conventional beliefs of his era, a theory that would go on to shape our understanding of the world and the universe at large, the atomic theory. In a time when most philosophers were contemplating the abstract and the metaphysical, Democritus took a decidedly different route. He proposed that everything, the entirety of existence, is composed of tiny, indivisible particles he called atoms. This was a radical thought, especially considering the prevalent belief in continuous matter. But Democritus was not one to shy away from challenging the norm. So what exactly did Democritus say about these atoms? Well, he postulated that they were eternal and unchangeable. He believed that these atoms had always been and would always be a part of the universe. This was a clear deviation from the idea of creation and destruction that was widely accepted in his time. And there's more. Democritus didn't just propose that atoms existed. He suggested they were infinitely varied in shape and size. Each atom was unique, and it was this diversity that accounted for the variety of substances and properties we observe in the world around us. The water you drink, the air you breathe, the ground you walk on. According to Democritus, they were all just different arrangements and combinations of atoms. Democritus's atomic theory was revolutionary. It dared to challenge the status quo and offered a new, materialistic perspective on the universe. It suggested a world that was not made out of the whims of gods or mystical forces, but out of tangible physical particles. His atomic theory was a significant departure from the conventional beliefs of his era. It set the stage for future scientific inquiries into the nature of matter and the structure of the universe, and remains one of the most influential theories in the history of science and philosophy. Beyond atoms, Democritus ventured into the realm of determinism. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Determinism is the philosophical belief that every event, including human cognition and behavior, decision and action, is causally determined by an unbroken chain of prior occurrences. Democritus, with his characteristic boldness, embraced this idea wholeheartedly. He proposed that everything in the universe, from the movement of the stars to the thoughts in our heads, occurred according to natural laws. He asserted that every occurrence was the result of a prior one, like an endless line of dominoes falling one after the other. In Democritus's view, chance was simply an illusion, a misunderstanding of the laws of nature. Imagine a dice throw. We might say the outcome is random, but Democritus would argue that if we knew all the variables, the force of the throw, the angle, the wind speed, the surface of the table, we could predict the result with absolute certainty. This deterministic worldview was a radical departure from the prevalent philosophical perspectives of the time. It was a challenge to the notion of randomness, of chaos, of the unpredictable. It was a challenge to the very idea of free will. But Democritus's deterministic philosophy didn't end with him. It echoed through the ages, influencing later philosophical and scientific thinking. It paved the way for mechanistic theories, which proposed that natural processes follow laws and are predictable. It was Democritus who planted the seeds of determinism in the fertile soil of philosophy, seeds that would grow into the tree of scientific inquiry. His belief that everything is governed by natural laws has shaped the way we approach the study of the universe, from the tiniest particles to the vast expanse of the cosmos. Democritus laid the groundwork for the development of mechanistic theories, challenging the role of chance and chaos in the universe. His legacy lives on in our understanding of the world, in our belief in the power of reason, and in our relentless pursuit of knowledge. Despite his groundbreaking theories, Democritus faced considerable skepticism and opposition. His radical ideas, which challenged the contemporary beliefs of a continuous and malleable universe, were met with opposition, most notably from philosophers Plato and Aristotle. Plato, in fact, is said to have wished that all of Democritus's books be burned. Aristotle, on the other hand, disagreed with Democritus's atomistic view of the universe, arguing instead for the existence of a continuous and unchanging substance. This opposition extended beyond his lifetime, leading to the unfortunate loss of many of his works. With hundreds of treatises attributed to Democritus, only fragments and summaries remain today, preserved in the writings of later thinkers. These fragments, however, offer us invaluable insights into his far-reaching intellect and his pioneering ideas. But as the wheel of time turned, the ideas of Democritus that were once met with skepticism found new life in the age of the scientific revolution. Centuries later, his atomic theory resurfaced, providing a conceptual foundation for scientists like John Dalton, who proposed the modern atomic theory in the early 19th century. Democritus's idea that everything in the universe is composed of indivisible and eternal particles called atoms became a cornerstone of modern physics and chemistry. Beyond the realm of science, his deterministic worldview also left an indelible mark on philosophy, influencing thinkers such as Pierre-Simon Laplace and Thomas Hobbes. This deterministic outlook, asserting that all events are governed by natural laws, continues to shape philosophical discourses on free will and determinism, even in the 21st century. Democritus's legacy endures, his ideas continuing to influence the evolution of scientific and philosophical thought. Despite facing opposition and the loss of his works, Democritus's bold and innovative theories have withstood the test of time. From the atomic structures we study in school to the philosophical debates we engage in, the echoes of Democritus's thoughts can still be heard today, reminding us of the enduring power of ideas and the relentless curiosity of the human spirit. Democritus's influence on the history of philosophy and science is undeniable. This ancient Greek philosopher, born in Abdera, Thrace, around 460 BCE, revolutionized our understanding of the universe with his groundbreaking theories. His most significant contribution lies in his development of atomic theory. Democritus proposed a universe composed not of continuous matter, but of discrete, indivisible particles he named atoms. These atoms, he believed, were eternal, unchangeable, and infinitely varied in shape and size. The diverse properties and substances we observe, he suggested, are the result of different arrangements and combinations of these atoms. This view was a radical departure from the philosophies of his time, and it laid the foundation for our modern understanding of atomic and molecular structures. But Democritus's influence didn't stop there. He also delved into the realm of determinism, asserting that everything in the universe unfolds according to natural laws, with no room for chance. This deterministic outlook has profoundly influenced philosophical and scientific thinking, paving the way for the development of mechanistic theories. Despite facing skepticism and opposition from contemporaries like Plato and Aristotle, Democritus remained undeterred. His extensive travels and studies in fields as varied as mathematics, ethics, and cosmology shaped his well-rounded intellectual profile and fortified his theories. Although many of his works have not survived, fragments and references found in later philosophical writings offer us glimpses of his profound influence. His atomic theory in particular anticipated concepts that would resurface during the scientific revolution, shaping the very foundations of our modern understanding. Democritus's legacy endures as a key figure in the history of philosophy and science. His contributions to atomic theory and his deterministic view of the natural world have significantly shaped the evolution of thought and continue to inform our current scientific inquiries. Democritus, the philosopher from Abdera, Thrace, forever changed our view of the universe and set the stage for future inquiries into the nature of matter and the structure of the universe.